Hey YouTube, this is the other guy again, coming to you. So, guess what? I'm working on my truck again. This time, I am working on a device on my truck that I've been having a problem with. If you own a Tundra like mine, or you have a Toyota pickup or a 4Runner, sooner or later, you're going to run into a situation where it's going to be like mine, okay? So with my situation here is that the rear brake no longer brakes. I've changed the master cylinder, I've changed the slave cylinder in the brake drum, I've changed the brake booster, flushed the system, adjusted the emergency brakes, nothing. The front wheel will lock when you step on the brake, but the rear wheel just keeps on spinning. So this issue that I have is a defective brake load sensing or brake sensing load proportioning valve. If you have a pickup truck or Tacoma, most cars today have it. It's in the rear, okay? And so the way it's designed is that it's designed to sense load on the bed of your pickup truck or your SUV, so that it sends the right power to the rear wheel and the front wheel when you stop. And so my conclusion is that the brake load sensing proportioning valve is dead, is defective. And I've already tested that. I'll show you how it looks like, okay? And the reason why I came to the conclusion that that thingy-majigger is defective. So I just happen to have another part laying around, another brake load sensing proportioning valve laying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap it to see what happens, okay? So hey, if you're interested in this, let's go and check it out, okay? And also like and subscribe. That way you'll get notified of my new project or whatever I'm doing with my cars or whatever I'm doing. This is a handyman channel. This is a hobby of mine that I love doing, and I cannot get enough of it. I fabricate, I fix stuff, air conditioning, heating, refrigerator, welding, fabricate, cars. I do everything. A little bit of everything, jack of all trade, master of none. Oh, don't want to say master of none. But anyway, you get the idea. So anyway, if you're interested in this channel, come and join me. Let's have some fun. Like and subscribe. Okay guys, so as you can see, I am inside my truck, see? And you see, I have my brake on the brake pedal, okay? And so I'm gonna shift my shifter here to neutral first. And watch this, I'm gonna put it onto drive. And as you can see here, okay, it's already spinning, okay? Warning, to do this, you have to jack up your rear wheels, okay? In doing that, you have to jack it up in a safe manner. Chuck your front wheel. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, like that. And the other side as well. Okay. Oh, well, let me walk around. My warning. Okay. So, jack up your rear axle, okay, with the jack stand, and I place another one of my hydraulic jack right there as an added protection so this thing won't fall if it should. I also jacked up my front tire, okay, and the other front tire so that this thing won't roll. But as you can see, the truck is in neutral, okay? Truck is neutral and it's already spinning tires. Okay, so, all right guys. All right, so as you can see, stepping on my brake, look, that thing is still spinning and it's a neutral, okay? Watch, pumping my brake, okay? Nothing. It's still spinning, and it is neutral. Watch, when I go in first gear, that thing spins like a top. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna step on my emergency brake. Okay, yeah, go on my e-brake, and that thing slowed down. So that tells me that my brake load sensing proportioning valve ain't working. And how I came to this conclusion is because I've already tested it. You can see here. Okay. I made this bracket. Now this truck is lifted 7 inches, right? I've made this bracket with these holes here so that it can be moved up and down. Okay. Last time it was on these 2 holes and it worked perfectly. And then I towed my RV and we went up to the mountain and the brake kind of felt funny. And that was the last time I noticed that the rear wheel brakes work. So, but it was a slow process, okay. And so basically how this began was when I had this truck. Let's see, this is a 2000 model. In about 2002, I overloaded this truck, and how do I say this? I put about 10 tons, a total of 10 tons of dirt onto the bed of my pickup truck. Okay, it's 1 ton each. Okay, this is a half-ton truck, but I put 1 ton each. So I did 10 loads of 1 ton, which is 10 tons total. And I went to the nursery with I got those dirt from the nursery and took it home and did a home project with it. It's a raised garden. After that, I also did a lot of heavy stuff with it, and in doing so, after that, I noticed that my brake was kind of funny. It didn't operate the way it used to, and so but I was able to tinker with this bracket here to make it work again. Okay, however, it finally stops. So my guesstimation is that little I don't know if you could see that little lever right here that travels that way to the brake proportioning device over there is not working anymore. Okay, and because of that, I think that it's reached its lifetime expectancy because of my abuse. Mind you, this is my workhorse. I take it off-roading, I tow my RV with it, I tow my boat with it, I do heavy stuff with it, and it's a half ton. So because of that, I've basically abused it to death. So today we're going to be changing that brake load sensing proportioning valve device, or whatever you call it. And I just happen to have one laying around, so I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna swap this. So let's begin. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take off that bracket right there, and then everything should come out. And then after that, I'm gonna take off the unit in there. So I'm gonna fast forward this so that you won't be so bored watching me. Okay, I don't know if you can see here. Okay, let's swap. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is the reason why my truck hasn't been braking correctly. This is called the brake load sensing proportioning valve. Okay, and this is the bad boy right here, and this is the cause of my misery. So in order to take this out, there's 2 brake lines here, one here, one behind here. Okay, so I'm gonna have you use a 10mm open-end wrench to take this out like you would do with every brake line. There's one way up there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Way up there. Once those three are out, I'm going to have to take this out, that out. This looks like it's a 12mm open end or a socket. So that's what I have to do. And I'm going to have to fast forward this so you can have an idea of what I'm doing. And because of bad camera angle, I don't know if I could do this so that you guys could see. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay, so basically you need a number 10 to take this out. Okay, now it's gonna seep brake fluid, alright? So you're gonna have to have a container. That's the idea, guys. I'm gonna take this out, and then I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna take this out. So because I don't want brake fluid to fall onto my camera, what I'm gonna do, it's already seeping out now. So I'm gonna remove this, so you get the idea. After that, take out these bolts right here, and that's it. Oh, there you go. Okay, here you go. Okay, so I got this bad boy out, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I compared it with the one I have laying around, the spare one that I have. There's nothing wrong with that one. They work the same. However, when I took this thing out, I was expecting brake fluid to be gushing out or dripping out, but look, it's dry as a desert up here. Now the only reason why I have brake fluid coming out here is because I've gone inside and depressed the brake pedal, and that's when the brake fluid comes out. So I'm thinking, okay, what is going on? Okay, now this top one right here, okay, these two holes come straight from the master cylinder and the ABS line. Okay, these two holes. Now this one right here, okay, goes to the brake drums, the brake pads, okay, the slave cylinder and the brake drums. So I can blow air into here and air will come out here. Okay, but for some reason there's a valve here, and I cannot blow air into here. Okay, and no matter how I move this doodad here up and down, it will not come up or down. It will not open. I did the same thing to this one, and same thing. So I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? Is there something wrong with my ABS that is not allowing me to send brake fluid this way? So that's where I am. I took this thing out. Only a couple drops of brake fluid came out from this right here. It was this one right here, it was dry. Okay, but this one right here goes to my brake drums, the brake master cylinders. So I don't know. Let me put that in there. Well, I'll show you. I'm gonna go and compress the brake pedal again, and you'll see the brake fluid flowing out. All right, let me get my tripod. Okay, so as you can see, the top line right here travels there, the gamut there, and goes to the master cylinder, the slave cylinders in the drum, in my brake drums. Okay, so these two lines right here, one goes to the ABS, and one goes to the brake master cylinder up in front. So I'm gonna go and depress the brake pedal, and we'll see where how it comes out, the brake fluid. Okay. so I'm thinking you probably saw that. So let's check it out and see what happens. I need another person to help me step on that brake. Okay, so with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and install that unit, the new unit, into it and see what happens. And then I'm going to bleed it. I'm going to need somebody to help me bleed that little mug right there. See, these units right here comes with a little bleeding screw right here, and we could bleed that. So let's go in and install it. And you know, installation is just opposite of when you remove, so I'm not going to show you how to do that part. Okay guys, so I finally got it fixed. This is the old brake load sensing proportioning valve, and I finally installed the spare one that I have. So as you can see, that's how it goes in, and that's how it goes in right here. Okay, all these wet stuff right here, they are a result of bleeding my brakes. Okay, now I will put kitty litter here. Okay, I'm not trying to damage my environment. This is my property. I bought it, so I am gonna be sucking these up with cat litter. Cat litter is really good at sucking these things up, and I'm gonna clean it very well. Okay, please excuse the mess. Ideally, you want to have a bucket right here to receive the brake fluid, but in all honesty, I tried my best, but it's all over the place. The reason is because you see this little valve right here. You have to bleed that, and of course you have to bleed the slave cylinder there, and there's the other one on the other side. And I had to tinker this with this little arm right here. Okay, and the reason why you have to tinker with it is because if you don't tinker with this, the brake pedal will not travel right. And so earlier it was, the original one was right here. Now I've moved it back down here, and so now the brake pedal feels right, and everything works well. I'll show you. Let's go in. Let's go start the engine and put it on drive, and I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, so I'm inside my car, starting it. Okay, so brake pedal on, feels very nice. Okay, the lever that I was showing you actually helps with your brake pedal, the height of your brake pedal here. Okay, so here we go into drive, low gear, and as you can see, tires are not moving anymore. Okay, watch, I'm going to step on my brake pedal, stops. Okay, so that's the brake load sensing proportioning valve that went bad, and there you go, everything's working again. There, see. So hey, let me know what your thoughts are on this little bad boy right here. Okay, and I had to call one of my neighbor who is a retired correctional officer to come and help me. I didn't want to put him on the YouTube. The reason is because he's a correctional officer. I don't want people to know who he is, and out of confidentiality reasons, I didn't want to have him placed on YouTube. So anyway, yeah, that's the bad boy right here. Everything's good. I just need to tighten up everything, and we should be good to go. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you find this informational to you, please like and subscribe. That way it'll encourage me to do more videos. But that is the bad brake proportioning valve. Okay, and it's not that hard to do this. You can do this even on your driveway. here I had to take out my spare tire so I could crawl under and sit under it to take off the bad boy. So anyway, like and subscribe.